Hello everyone, and welcome to what I hope to be the first of a new series I want to do going forward called the Robo Roundup. This is a series I want to do where I will take some random stories involving all those big robots and kind of bring them all together to put out together in a little video and hopefully cover those for something. I wanted to try and do a little bit of news coverage, and this just seemed like the best way for me to do it because it's something new for me. But I have a little bit of some Transformers news, some Gundam news, and a update on a new game from the Super Robot Wars franchise. Let's get into it now, shall we? The first story for today is about the upcoming movie Transformers Rise of the Beast, in which we have two interesting little pieces of news that I thought were worth discussing for a moment. Getting into it, we have the reveals of the crew cab design of Optimus Prime, which, judging from this, seems to be harkening back to more of a Gen 1 style that I thought would be kind of interesting to talk about and share here. How it really looks like they're stepping away from the stylized designs that the Michael Bay movies had, which, make no mistakes, Michael Bay is still attached to this as a producer, but he's not directing it, and it looks like they're trying to step away from some of the decisions that were made with the movie series that he had directed. Which, for what he did, it was a fun movie. I've sat down, I was rewatching watching a few of the scenes, just trying to kind of remind myself how did Optimus look in those movies? What did it look like when he was revealed? And rewatching it, there really was something to those, I thought. That it was kind of interesting to see just the way the design looked. And the reveal, it's like, those movies are known and notorious for being bad looking, but when you watch it, you just get caught up in it. It's like, oh, this is Optimus. But this looks like it is kind of a more harkening back to the Gen 1 style of designs to these movies. And for what they were, they were alright, but I kind of want to see them try to be a little more faithful to the original toys, to the original series. It was the thing that made this a massive franchise, and let's try to respect what came first, I think. The second bit of story I had was the fact of Ron Perlman will be reprising his role as Optimus Primal.
For as long as I can remember, I've protected it. I've known no other life.
Ron Perlman does a fine job for what he did, but for my money, it's got to be Jerry Koch. The man is Optimus Primal in my book, and that's the only person I want to voice that character.
Well, that's just prime.
My second story for today covers the release of the upcoming game from Bandai Namco, Super Robot Wars 30, which is a massive mech crossover RPG. Think Super Smash Bros. on a turn-based grid, for those of you unaware. We'll be using Bounding into Comics for our source today, but suffice to say, this is a tactical turn-based RPG game which crosses over multiple franchises, and we will be getting the likes of Code Geass and Gun X Sword and Mobile Suit Gundam crossing over together, as well as the likes of Brave Police J. Decker and other series that I am not familiar with. So some of these names I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Though as fun as that might be to watch me stutter and stumble over those. This will be coming out at the end of October, and it will be available on Steam in English-speaking parts of the world. Though there is a version that's available via the Oceanic territories that it has the English menus and everything put together that is possible to import. But for those who don't want to take the extra steps and want to spending a bit more, this is probably your best chance. So go check it out. It's over on Steam. I know I'll be streaming this when it comes out. Let's get some robots. Finally for today, I wanted to talk about the upcoming game that was just recently announced for Mobile Suit Gundam, called Gundam Evolution. a game which many have taken to calling Gundam Overwatch from its style of gameplay. This is to be a free-to-play 6v6 shooter, and much in a similar fashion to what we see with the likes of Overwatch. And this is purely Gundams fighting Gundams in its own world. What we've seen so far has the likes of the RX-78, original Gundam, crossing over and fighting with the likes of the Barbados Gundam from Iron-Blooded Orphans. So this presumably won't have much in the way of a story, though that isn't to say they can't make one. All we really need to know about this game going forward is that it is going to be a free-to-play shooter with a lot of different suits that they could possibly pull from within the brand of the Gundam, which has been teased, and that was by and large it. So, to kind of wrap things up, I just wanted to try and put something together for myself and challenge myself here with putting this together. This was my attempt to try to make some more actual content, and it's rough, I know, but I do want to try to improve and challenge myself with this. So, do me a favor, let me know what you think down below, and if there's any other stories you want me to talk about and cover, send them my way. I would appreciate them so much. Thank you for your time. I, of course, have been Ironcaster. Take care.